So basically what this is not art, it's not martial art, and it's not sport. Everything I teach is geared towards dealing with real violence in the street. Do you understand? So it's at high end to deal with a level 10 threat, so a plausible threat that could end your life. Or a disparity, so there's multiple assailants, 2 people against 1 person. Somebody has a weapon, somebody's unarmed. Larger, stronger male against a small female. So there's a disparity in threat, which means the response that you need to deal with that is a level 10 response. Do you understand? This is not about putting somebody's under manners if they've tried to grab your arm. I'm talking about somebody trying to kill you, and you have to end them before they end you. And by that I mean render them completely unconscious, no longer ambulatory, no longer capable of being a threat. Do you understand? So understand what you're doing here is high end. So I teach via principles rather than techniques. So I want you to bear 2 things in mind with what I'm going to teach you. First thing is, you need a specific type of mindset to do it. That for the duration of this class you're going to adopt in your head. And that mindset is you are predatory. You are a predatory animal, right? You have to have the willingness to take part. The second would be good tactics, a good tactical response. So if I'm switched on and I'm alert and I'm aware when I'm out and about and I walk with a confident body language profile, then I'm much less likely to be selected as a victim of attack, right? But let's say that I am and I'm a cornered animal and I can't escape. The best tactic that I have is to go first, to be preemptive, and to be absolutely fucking ferocious. Hit first and keep attacking until the threat's down before they even realise they was in the fight. That's what I teach. Do you understand? So I want you to approach this module from 2 aspects. 1, the mindset that you would need to do that, and 2, the best tactic you have is to be first with the most. Do you understand? Right, so I'm going to break that skill set down for you. Everyone else put themselves in a mindset of you're going to get the fuck kicked out of you unless you do something before they do something. Picture that in your head? Right, so that dynamic looks like this. This is just me scenario training in a lift. This is what it looks like. So, you see from that just the immediacy. That's all I want you to take in your head, the immediacy. So if you had a problem with somebody, I want you to hit them, grab them, and hit them again and again and again until they're done. Now, I know that's going to seem like nuts to you, but all I teach here is what works. And what I'm teaching you, in terms of a tactical response, comes from criminality. It's how criminals operate. They attack you first and keep attacking until there's nothing left to talk about, right? It's a BLITZKRIEG Dynamic. So it's important that you're going to learn that way rather than a technical response. So the way we're going to start is if you pick up a pad for me, take a pair of pads between you. Every skill that we do is gross motor. So hold your hand like you're holding a grapefruit. Just do that now. Right? And then straight forward, as if you're hitting someone in the face with it, pull it back. Just forward and back. Forward and back. Right, now put one foot in front of the other and use your hips to turn into the shot. Into the shot. Into the shot, right? So this would be a strike to the head. And I would follow that strike to the head by grabbing a hold of it. So what I mean by that is, I would hit him in the head and then grab him. So that I can again and again and again until he's down. You understand? This is the dynamic for blitzkrieg. And I would do it from a very deceptive platform. So what I'm talking about here is this is pre-fight. So it's not an ambush where I was attacked, because I've got good awareness, let's say. It was pre-fight. There was dialogue first. might be an interactive dialogue, might be aggressive dialogue, something that's maybe keeping at bay. Do you understand? So he's triggered my instinct that it could be dangerous. Which from this platform that's unsalted, just make this platform now, 1 foot forward in front of the other. Yeah? So if you're right-handed, you want your left foot forward so that your right strong side is back, yes? Yeah? If you're opposite, left, you want your left side back, ideally. It's from this position where I would probably tell him I didn't want any trouble and ask him what he wants before I hit him. So I'm using deception, do you understand? So I might say, look mate, what does he want? And then I'll hit him. And then I'll continue to hit him until he's no longer fucking moving. And then when he's on the ground, I'll make sure he don't get back up. So I'll crush his ankle flat with my boot. So the start of that dynamic, or we call the entry, if you like, is just going to be a palm. So I'll just use one, the back of it. I'm just going to strike with a palm, and he's going to give me that staggeration. Now if I hit him with a palm that knocks him out, hold it tight, the energy that he'd give me if he was man down would be this one. Yeah, that's what I get. Right? We're going to work off the idea that you didn't do that. You didn't hit hard enough, maybe you wasn't quite on target, maybe you telegraphed slightly because you were nervous, and the shot just made him stagger. What if it's just made him stagger, and he's still on his feet? What is he still?
A threat.
He's still potentially a threat. So what makes the strategy work is you went first, with some significance, because you need to learn how to hit fucking hard. And then you grabbed him, and before he could recover from that first shot, you fucking rendered him unconscious. So think about how that dynamic is. It's me, more of me, finished. Do you understand? It's not reciprocal exchange like boxing. Your turn, my turn. Your turn, my turn. No. My turn, fuck you, finished. That's what it is. So combatants is all about attitude. You need a predatory attitude. You understand? If you want to prevail in a dangerous environment, you need to be a dangerous animal. Simple as that. So let's say then, he's staggered. Well, if I hit him and he's staggered, I got initiative because I took it, but I didn't exploit it. Because he could be two types of personality. Once we separate, he could go, spit out some blood, tell me fair one, he don't want no more. Or he could spit out some blood and now he's going to kill me. Now he pulls out a fucking knife and he wants to disavow me. You don't know who you're dealing with. So the point is, if you're fortunate enough to go first, keep going before he can recover, so there's no possible chance of retaliation. Do you understand?
Yes.
That's not me teaching you how to fight. That's me teaching you a tactic that will allow you to prevail. It will give you the highest probability, to give you out of surprise. But if he then has staggered, what I want to do after this first shot is grab him so that he's in range to me. Right? So that I can hit him and again, repeatedly. And notice everything I'm doing, although I'm pulling my shots, is demonstrative. You notice that or not? There's emotion attached to it. It's an emotional attachment. You've got to learn to hit, hurt and hate. Simple as that. Right, so your first counter shot is going to be straight and attached to the arm. Yeah? So you're going to literally do. I'm going to give you 3 further shots. This man down. I want you to learn this dynamic. Now, it doesn't matter whether you use a palm strike or not, or if you close your fist and punch. Doesn't matter if doesn't matter if it's a palm, a punch, fucking elbow, buffalo eyebrow, half a brick. Don't matter. Just hit this fucker in the head. Get a hold of him and repeatedly beat that head until it's no longer functioning. Job done. Right? So counter strike, attach. Attach into the back of his arm. From here I'm just going to throw it in. What I'm doing, I'm driving off my back foot, which is putting my entire 15 stone through that pad, not to it. I'm not hitting to it, I'm hitting through it. So the dynamic you're going to employ here, inside of this blitzkrieg thing, is immediate, direct, explosive, with forward moving pressure. that literally goes through who you're dealing with. Make sense?
Yeah.
So, 2 counts going to be strike, 1. I want you to see that man down. I want the last imprint in your head before you move to go to an exit. That fucker was down. Do you understand? And he's got to earn that. So if you're not hitting hard enough, if you're tapping like a little perf, then he won't respond. It's got to be impact that makes him think, oh mate, if that was my head, that's going to fucking shake my crate. We're clear. So there's a wall behind you. So then I hit this fucker 3 times with a flurry. And if I just say, he'd move, right? So if I do this, he's going to move to here. But let's say that there's a structure here that won't let him fall. Well, in which case, repeat. So I want you to attach what you did to it before. So you're going to go right, left, right, grab with your left. And you're going to go 1, 2, 3. Understand? Okay, show you one more. So think about the mindset. You need predatory mindset. You've made the choice. You recognise there's no other option, and you've made the choice to be violent. You've chosen. The decision has been made. And now you're just waiting for your first opportunity. It's like a cat stalking to get to the right target. You know? So play perception. And then hit first and devour. Keep going until he's down. Every single one of those shots got to fuck you on the head. So, you've got to hit him. One more. Overactor. That forward intent. In that moment, I'm going to punish your ancestors. You understand? How dare you threaten me? Really? Because my belief system comes from a good place, from a moral compass, with good ethics. I just want to live a peaceful life and be left alone. That's all I ask. And I won't violate anyone. But if somebody offers me violence, they're threatening to take me from everything I love. And they're threatening to take everything I love from me. I won't meet that threat with capitulation. I won't meet that threat with, oh God, I hope I get home. I'll meet that threat with righteous indignation that says, oh, you fucking step to that line if you want to die. How dare you threaten me? That's what you should take, indignation. All of you should. Because every single one of you is sovereign and unique. A unique being, person. There's only one DNA code of you. And you're special, you're important. We all are. And no fucker has the right to violate that. Understand what violence means. Violence means to violate another. Right? Well, although what we're practicing here looks violent, right? It actually is countering violence. So it's reason, context dictates content. Yes? But if you look at the way this actually works, I'm teaching you counter-violent skills that you would never go and dish out to anyone unless out of an act of sheer desperation, because you're being attacked. And even then, if you could have run, you would have. If you could talk it down, you would. But you were a cornered animal. Now you've got to steal their face. Do you understand? So you've got to access a level of aggression and ferocity that will totally eclipse what you're facing. So on a psychological level, I get to leapfrog past where he was. And I know that's a mental conditioning thing, but you can act as if, right now, you can act as if. Imagine that you had all of those attributes of me to do this drill, what I just said, right? So a version of you that would do this. Version of you that could do that. Doesn't need to look like that. It just needs to adopt those attributes. Does that make sense? Show me this. Can you go behind me? My shoulder. 1, 2. Follow up 3 shots. 2, 3, 4. Good job. Turn. me this. You're noticing these drills are going forward, forward, forward. Why do I tell you to turn round and not back up?
So you keep going forward.
So you keep going forward. So the program I'm putting into your head is forward, forward, through, turn, forward, forward, through, turn, forward, forward, through, turn. Because if you start going back, you'll do this shit. Boom! You don't want it. So if you're doing a drill like this and then you sort of stumble back to start again, you're reprogramming a different response. Do you understand? Right, so forward and turn. 1, 2, 3, grab. 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
So I only got one. We got one rep. Look at the fucking ground we covered. Now imagine that situation in the phone box. Right, my favourite place that would be, because you can't get away from me. If you're coming at someone with that forward pressure inside of a, say, a toilet cubicle, maybe they've imposed themselves, they've come on in, that's the space. Then when I blitzkrieg through him, there's no distance made, because we're confined. You get that, right? But what you will get is, as I blitz into this guy, I've actually pinned him to the wall. And he won't drop until I let him drop, because my forward pressure's gone through him. Does that make sense or not?
Yes.
Yes? So you're looking to, if the situation starts here, it finishes with me replacing your footsteps with my own. And you down. You understand? Or vice versa. Yes? So I'm going to put it together. So 50%. This is a 50% example. Ready? 1. It's a 50% example. 1, 2, 3, grab. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, grab. 1, 2, 3. Yes? Ready? Go!
Yes.
A bit of a proper feel there.
Come on then.
Go! Alright? Do you understand the drill?
Yes.
Right, now let's put the attitude into it. So the most important concept, the most important thing I'm talking about in this lesson is the mindset and the tactical response that you're using.
Yeah.
So straight away, this mindset in here should be predatory. You need to create a split in your personality that you can bring to training. And when you bring him to training, you could say he's a little bit demon-like. He's certainly a bad motherfucker that has no moral compass whatsoever. And he's not stopped by social conditions. Uninhibited. Just let him off. Pure violence is his job. Right? You could adopt that kind of persona when you train. You know? I mean, you could be Shelley hitting the pad, or you could be that alter ego hitting the pad. In which case you give yourself permission to be fucking antisocial. And your brain's a question answering machine. If you actually explore yourself and say, well, what would a crazy fucker look like? It will show you. So think about that. Every time you walk through this door, bring this, or any training that you do on your own, access that part of yourself that you don't normally see in daily life. Access that part of yourself that would only come out in a life-threatening encounter. He's man a few words, or woman a few words, but he's full of intent. Do you understand? You get that. And once you've got that, the tactic would be deceptive, hit first, keep going. Simple as. Yes?
Yes.
You want to literally go from 0 to 100 in your face. Bleak. You didn't see fuck all coming. You saw nothing. Yes? So, put this together. Third break, you run like fuck for the exit. 100% straight off the bat. Ready? Go! Good. Right? Yeah, don't apologise. No, seriously, don't. Gonna lose it. Lose that. Instead of that, look, think about this attitude. The attitude I just said to you to develop. Right? In that example. When I've gone, oh, sorry. Right? No, it's a beautiful thing that you're like that because it's your personality and that's fine. What I'm saying to you is you've come in here, adopt a new personality. Adopt a personality that's going to be most productive and useful to you in a life-threatening situation. Because all I want from my teaching is for you to be safe. That's all I want. You know, if you found yourself in a situation like, oh, what you showed me to save my life, save my bacon, whatever, man, that's the reason I do this shit, right? So, if you pay attention, I'll give you the right fucking information, seriously. You need to adopt a type of personality profile that is antisocial in any other part of your life than dealing with two fuckers in an alley. Make sense? Right, so give me that person. So, by comparison then, when you finish that drill, instead of you going, oh sorry, you'd have been like, no, fuck, I want some more. That's what I want. Right? I want you to adopt that. So, this is our second breath. Go! Right, last one man down. I want you to be walking backwards, oh my God. I want you to imagine when you escape to the exit. I want you to imagine how panicked you feel. If you just had to do that for the first time, first of all you'd have a mix of emotions. You'd be flooded with the euphoric feeling thinking, I fucking did that. That's the first thing you'll get. And then you'll be like, of course you did that, like that, as you're turning on your heels. And then you'll get all of these types of feelings. Consequences, what we call psychological aftermath. It'll all hit you at once. So you need to be vigilant. So when you get off the X, deal with the problems done, still take looking for the exit seriously. Find the exit, get out. Because you'll be tunnel vision. And it will be difficult. You'll no longer be cognitive. Blood leaves the frontal neocortex of the brain as the heart rate escalates, which leaves you in limbic brain, limbic system, only capable of feeling. You are left with the intelligence of a dog if you were caught by surprise. Do you understand? So, I'm giving you here a save your fucking bacon, seriously. The last one, do it as if you are in that situation. Take a couple of seconds, visualise in your head, imagine a situation that you ain't walking away from, unless you go through this camera. Do you understand? Alright, ready? Go!